I was prepping dinner last week and grabbed my wooden cutting board to slice some chicken, then realized I'd need to sanitize it completely before chopping vegetables for the same meal. It hit me how much extra work I was creating for myself with cross contamination worries, and that's when I decided to try something completely different. This is the Sumzi titanium cutting board, and I have to say it's unlike any cutting board I've used before. What makes it unique is that it's actually a two-sided board with completely different materials on each side, specifically designed for different types of food prep. Let me walk you through how this works. On one side, you have pure titanium that's food grade and designed for cutting raw and cooked meats. When I flip it over, the other side is made from PP material, which is perfect for fruits and vegetables. The titanium side has this sleek silver finish that feels substantial but not heavy, while the PP side has a different texture that works really well for produce. What I really appreciate about the titanium side is how it addresses every issue I've had with traditional cutting boards. With my old wooden and plastic boards, I'd always end up with those little cut marks and grooves where food particles would get stuck. No matter how much I scrubbed, I felt like there were always remnants hiding in those tiny crevices. The titanium surface stays completely smooth, so there's nowhere for bacteria or food residue to hide. One smart feature that saves me time during meal prep is the built-in juice groove around the perimeter. When I'm cutting something like a juicy tomato or slicing meat, all those liquids stay contained instead of running off onto my counter. The groove is deep enough to hold up to 200 milliliters of liquid, which means I can work without constantly wiping down my workspace. Another thing I really like is the garlic grinding area that's built right into the board. There's this textured zone where I can actually mince garlic or ginger by pressing and grinding it rather than having to get out my garlic press or try to mince it with my knife. It's one of those features I didn't think I'd use much, but now I find myself reaching for it constantly when I'm cooking. The cleaning process is where this board really shines compared to what I was using before. Both sides have nonstick properties, so when I'm done cooking, I can literally just rinse it with water and everything comes right off. There's no scrubbing or soaking required. I just wash it, give it a quick dry, and hang it up using the convenient round hole that's built into one corner. Let me paint you a picture of how this works in real life. Last Sunday, I was making my family's favorite stir fry, which means I needed to cut raw chicken, then chop bell peppers, onions, and fresh herbs. Instead of using multiple boards or constantly sanitizing one board, I started with the titanium side for the chicken. The surface stayed completely clean looking even after cutting through the meat, and the juice groove caught all the liquid, so nothing dripped onto my counter. When I finished with the chicken, I flipped the board over to the PP side and chopped all my vegetables. The different texture of that side actually grips the vegetables slightly, so things like cherry tomatoes don't roll around as much. The whole process felt more organized and definitely more hygienic than my usual routine. What makes this different from other cutting boards I've tried is really the material combination. I've used glass boards before, but they're hard on knives and can be slippery. Bamboo boards look nice, but still develop those cut marks over time. This titanium surface maintains its integrity no matter how much I use it, and having the dedicated sides means I never have to second guess whether I've properly sanitized between different types of food. This board is perfect for anyone who does a lot of meal prep or cooks regularly with both proteins and fresh produce. If you're someone who worries about cross-contamination or gets frustrated with boards that absorb odors and stains, this solves both problems. It's also great for people with limited kitchen space who don't want to store multiple cutting boards. However, if you rarely cook or only do very basic food prep, the price point might feel like overkill for your needs. One concern I had initially was whether the titanium would be too hard on my knives. I've been using it for several weeks now, and I haven't noticed any additional wear on my blades. The titanium has just enough give to protect the knife edge while still providing a solid cutting surface. The board comes in really nice packaging, so if you're looking for a gift for someone who loves to cook, this would make a thoughtful choice. I appreciate that it feels like a premium kitchen tool without being overly complicated. You can find the link below, and with Prime shipping, you can have it in your kitchen in just a couple of days.